my name is Nicole Lynn, and this is my channel where I talk about all things Disney. Duh. And today I'm going to give you my top 10 tips to have the best Disney vacation ever. Yes. All right, so I have some awesome tips for you guys coming up. If you don't already know this from my previous videos, I am a big Disney lover, obviously, but I've been growing up going to the parks my entire life, and I was actually a cast member at the Magic Kingdom at Disney World. So got lots of great insider tips for you. But before we get into all that, I did want to mention that I do have my July giveaway going on right now, and I will have all the fun details for you here in just a few minutes, so make sure you stay tuned. I also want to throw in that my Disney blog is up for you guys. If you guys want to get some more Disney content, then head over to disneyduh.com and check that out. And make sure you guys are following me on my social media pages, especially Instagram. Follow me on Instagram at NicoleLynn_DisneyDuh. And remember to like this video, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to get more videos about the Disney College program or Disney content in general, go and hit that subscribe button. And don't forget to hit the little bell to get notifications about my future uploads. All right, and let's go and get started. Again, we are going to go over my top 10 tips for the best Disney World vacation ever. Yes. And I just understand that these days, like, there is a lot of expectations on a Disney vacation. It's expensive, it's time consuming, and like I said, you have high expectations. So here are some tips that I have for you to make sure that those high expectations are met. No pressure. Some of you pro-Disneyers out there, is that a thing? Pro-Disneyers? Like, yeah, that's a word. Sure. You're probably like, yeah, Nicole, we know, like, obviously. But you would be surprised how many people just show up and they have done no research. They have no idea what a fast pass is. They have no idea that most people do the dining plan, and they have no idea that you need your table service reservations 180 days out. Like, you would be surprised the amount of people. So if you are new to Disney, first of all, welcome, glad to have you. Or if you just have not been in a while, because trust me, it is different than it used to be. You need to plan ahead, and it's kind of intimidating. So just keep in mind that reservations typically, typically it's suggested that you're getting your room reservation anywhere from like a year to 9 months out. And just first of all, you want to figure out, when can I go? Where are we staying? If you're staying on property, or if you're staying off property, which that is another topic for another video that we are not going to go in today. And then once you have your room reservation, you can make your dining reservations, which again, for most places, especially like the really popular ones like table service, obviously you will not need a quick service. There is food that you don't need a reservation for. Quick service, if you are getting table service reservations, you are going to need 180-day reservations for that. So that is 6 months out. And then you want your fast pass reservations, because if you're staying on property at a Disney resort, you're going to get a 60-day fast pass window to book your fast passes, so 2 months in advance. And if you are staying off property, you are going to get a 30-day fast pass window to book your fast passes, so that is a month out. So either way, there is some serious planning involved, because you have to know, when are you going, where are you staying, where are you eating, and what parks are you going to be in what days. Like, whoa, that is a lot of information for one vacation. But I really do recommend doing your research if you're still new to this. Like, there are tons of great people like me out there to help you. And one of my favorite resources to go to is actually Disney Food Blog. They cover a lot more than food. A lot more, but they do cover a lot of food. So go check out their YouTube channel, and you can also go sign up for their weekly newsletter, which again is just like loaded with lots of great tips. So I would definitely go check them out. Disney Food Blog, one of my favorites. And also, if you're really intimidated by all this planning, or you just like, you don't know, you don't have the time, look into a Disney travel agent. And most travel agencies, you're not even paying for the travel agent, and they are great at finding discounts, helping you with tips, and basically planning your vacation for you so that it is right for you and your party without you doing all the work. So one that I personally follow is Dreams Unlimited Travel. They do the Dis Unplugged. That's another great YouTube channel. But go check out, if you're looking for a Disney vacation planner, I would suggest Dreams Unlimited Travel. All right, so that was tip number 1. I promise they're not all going to be this long. You're probably thinking, Nicole, you are contradicting yourself. You just said I need a plan. Well, yes, you need to plan ahead. Don't get me wrong. However, do not overplan. Disney now allows you to basically have everything you need on your phone with the My Disney Experience app. But I remember back in the day, and just so you know, I travel with my family because our tradition is that my grandma pays for my entire family to go to Disney World. So we have always been a group of like 12 plus people, and now we are at 20 plus people, or it's getting ridiculous. So back in the day, before My Disney Experience, my mom had an itinerary, and she is very type A. She is wonderful at planning our vacations, and she used to carry her itinerary in her park bag with like a folder. And I'm not saying that you don't need an itinerary anymore. However, if you are a very type A, which that's great, that's awesome that you're organized, and there's nothing wrong with that. However, there is such a thing as over planning, because first of all, if you're over planning, you are probably trying to do too much. Little spoiler alert here, you can't do everything. You will not do everything. I was there for 7 months. I didn't do everything that I wanted to do. Like, there's a lot to do, and you're not gonna do it all. So I'm not saying like set your expectations low, like it's not happening, but I'm saying that it's not worth it to try and do every single thing, because it won't happen. But also you're gonna get exhausted, your party's gonna get exhausted, and it's just not even gonna be fun. So don't overplan, leave moments for spontaneity, leave time for flexibility, because you never know how you're gonna feel, you never know what the weather is gonna do, and it's just okay to not know every single second of every single day of your trip. I think this is the thing that people neglect the most at Disney, is that they just are in vacation mode and they don't do things that normal humans need to be well. And those are things like hydrating. And by the way, soda is not hydrating, coffee is not hydrating. Those really sugary, slushy drinks that are way overpriced, they are not hydrating. Alcohol is definitely not hydrating. You need to drink water. So take care of yourself, especially if you are going when it's hot. It is so important, and you have no idea the stress that humidity and heat can have on your body. Trust me. Florida is great and lovely and wonderful, but it is hot. Because you guys know what's not magical? Dehydration. Dehydration is not magical, so stay hydrated. It can also be other things like sleep, you know. I understand I don't get a lot of sleep when I go to Disney. However, I've heard some crazy stories about people getting like 4 hours of sleep a night. Like, I don't know about you guys. I can maybe function on 4 hours of sleep for like 2 nights in a row, and that is about it. I need some sleep. And you are doing a lot of walking, and again, it's hot. And you are also potentially spending a lot of time with your family. So get some sleep. And I know, again, you have to do everything and you have a lot to do, but at the end of the day, you are going to enjoy the things you can do with some sleep. And it's just other things like making sure that you are taking care of yourself. And that can be things like make sure that you're wearing sunscreen, or if you are in the park and it's a sunny day, like make sure you have a hat on your head so you don't get sunburn, because again, sunburn is not fun. Make sure you have good broken in walking shoes because you don't have blisters. So it's just little things like that. Like make sure that you are doing what you need to do to take care of yourself so that you can enjoy your week, so you don't end up getting sick or cranky or I don't know, like hangry. Just take care of yourself. I just like don't even know like how to really get started on this, but I just understand that sometimes there is a feeling like the cast members are there and they are a barrier between you and what you want to do. And that's not how it is. Cast members are there to help you have a great, magical, wonderful vacation. That's all we want for you, is for you to have the best time. However, sometimes cast members have things like, we have protocols that are put into place that we are going to tell you. We're going to tell you to stand behind the yellow line. We're going to tell you not to sit on the railing and stuff like that. Or we're going to tell you to please stay behind the rope, or I don't know. Whatever cast members tell you, generally what you should understand is that that is the part of their job to be saying that. They did not wake up that day and say, wow, I just really want everybody to stay behind this yellow line. Like, that is my job. And I have to tell you that. And it's important for you to be safe. We are thinking about your safety. Well, you don't have to. So just be nice to cast members. Like, do not yell at us. One, because it's usually not our fault. And also remember that cast members are people. They are people like you and me. We have bad days. We have off days. And I'm really sorry if you have a negative cast member experience. But generally, I hope you have really great ones. And I mean, this is not like a guarantee, but generally, if you are nice to cast members, we have the ability to create some magic for you. So when you are really nice to us, we will go out of our way to make sure that you are taken care of. And again, I can't promise you that that's going to happen. It's not like a guarantee. Also, just BT dubs, we hate when people ask for magical moments. Like, I had one lady literally come up to me and ask me for a fast pass. I mean, I had several people ask to come in my fast pass line, but she's like, hi, I'm having a terrible day. Can you get me a fast pass for Seven Dwarfs Mine Train? No, like, don't ask for it. But if you are nice to us, you never know what could happen. We might have a little bit of extra magic hanging out in our pockets. So be nice to cast members. They are there to help you, not to hurt your vacation. Because I mean, if I had $1 for every time somebody told me, you've ruined my vacation, or like, you're ruining my vacation. Like, apparently I ruined a lot of vacations, but please never say that to a cast member, by the way. Like, it is really hard not to laugh when guests say that to us. I just find it really hard to believe that because the Jungle Cruise was closed because of lightning, I ruined your vacation. I just find that a little hard to believe. Anyway, I'm getting a little off track. Sorry, this is a boring adult tip that is not as exciting as the other fun, less adult tips, but yeah, it's important. And I understand that you're probably already saving for the vacation to pay for that between your resort and your airfare and your tickets, and all that fun stuff. But don't forget to save for when you actually get there, because again, food is expensive and souvenirs are expensive. So make sure that you are just setting some extra money aside for when you are in the parks, so that way when you get there, you haven't just spent your entire trip budget on simply being there, but also you can get those souvenirs that, again, some things you can't get anywhere else. You have to get them when you're there, and it's a fun part of the experience. And again, food, like, maybe you really need to have, like, of course you need that Dole Whip, and of course that Dole Whip is way overpriced, but you want to eat that Dole Whip without guilt, because you know that this is coming out of your Disney fund that you set aside. So make sure that you are not only saving for the expenses of the trip itself, but also for the time that you are spending there. Now I am halfway through my tips, so this is a great time to go over my July giveaway. If you guys have been watching any of my previous videos this month, you know that for this giveaway, I'm doing a Lion King giveaway, yay! And Disney actually created these guys, and they are selling them at the shop disneyduh.com. And for every single one of them purchased, Disney is donating $5 to wildlife conservation, which I think is really cool. And we have a SIMBA one here, and she's just the cutest, and then our Nala one here. So to enter this giveaway is super simple. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, and then the second part of this is you are going to either write SIMBA or Nala in the comments for me, so that way I know which one I'm gonna put you in the drawing for. If you wanna be entered for both, you can put both, or you can put SIMBA and Nala. That way I will enter you for both, but just so you know, you can only win one. And make sure in the comments you guys also leave a way for me to contact you. So whether that is a email address or social media platform, let me know. And yeah, real simple. and I will be picking a winner at the end of the month. So really excited to announce that. Come on, this is vacation. And I just find it funny that this is one of my tips, but I mean, a Disney vacation can be so chaotic, and like I sometimes leave feeling like, okay, I'm kind of ready to like chill because it's so up and going all the time. But I think it's really important, especially if you're doing like a longer vacation, like 5 or more days, to find relaxing moments, because one, you're going to burn out eventually and your body is going to make you relax at some point, even if you don't want to. Make sure you find good peaceful moments, because you are on vacation and the last thing you want is, again, to get sick because you were going too fast and didn't give yourself time to relax and calm down. And also, you might get back from your vacation and be like, man, that really felt like work. Like, I just do not feel like I was on vacation. Like, I don't know about you guys, but I personally, like, if I spend an entire week in parks filled with people or like surrounded by my family, which I love my family, don't get me wrong, it's some of my favorite memories is being at Disney with my family. However, spending an entire week and just constantly be surrounded by people, it's exhausting. My family, we have never been all-day park people. We typically leave the parks in the middle of the day because we always stay at a Disney resort. For some people, this is not a tangible idea. So there's always ways to find like chill moments in the parks. Just find like a nice quiet theater, find a nice empty restaurant between like lunch peaks, sit down, maybe go to a table service location instead, to sit down, relax, get in some air conditioning, get away from the chaos and the crowds for a little bit. But you can also, if you are a half day person where you start in the parks in the morning and then you leave half day through. And the reason we've always done this as a family is we've stayed on Disney property, and this is just a really good time to like go and hang out at your resort. We can go swimming, we can watch TV, we can take naps, especially if you have little ones, you can take naps. I mean, I like naps probably more than my nieces, in all honesty. Like, I can't believe how much I took naps for granted as a kid, because now I love them. But you kind of get to like recharge, and then you get to go back into the parks at night and enjoy your evening. I just want to say that that middle of the day point is when, you know, it's the hottest, it's the most crowded, and the lines are the longest. So instead of waiting in that line being irritated, just go find quiet moments, or like I said, go back to your resort for a few hours and then come back and enjoy your evening. And I also recommend, again, if you're doing like a longer vacation, 5+ days, I recommend having at least one non-park day. It's really good to do that, especially in like the middle of your vacation. And just kind of have a day where you get to sleep in. And there is so much to do at Disney that is not even in your parks, and like you can check out your resort, and you can also check out any other resort. Just so you know, you don't have to have a reservation at resorts to go to them. You can go check them out. You can do the monorail around the Magic Kingdom resorts. You can go over and do some shopping at Disney Springs. Like, there are plenty of options for you guys, and you don't even have to go to a park, and you could fill an entire day with that. So I recommend having a nice non-park day at some point in your vacation. And this is something that is just becoming, I think, a bigger and bigger issue now with cameras and smartphones. But I think it's really important to not leave your vacation and realize that you just experience Disney through a screen. And how lame is that? Where you just didn't have any moment, where you were just there enjoying that moment. And I don't know, like, I feel like that's becoming more and more common. Like, you don't need to be texting your friends every single second. You don't need to be Snapchatting your boyfriend who's not with you all the time. You don't need to record every parade and fireworks show, which, by the way, do not do that. Somebody with probably a better camera and better access than you has already put it on YouTube. Just go there. If you want to watch that parade again at home, for now, just enjoy it. And I understand memories are important. Like, I'm a big fan of photos. Obviously a big fan of video, and I've done my fair share of vlogging in the parks, but at the same time, like, it's important to just enjoy it sometimes. Like, put your phone away, put the camera down and just be there and enjoy it for what it is at that time, because that's what you're there for. Like, you're not there to capture thousands of pictures that you can look through later. Like, you are there to enjoy those moments. So don't put so much stress on capturing it right then. Okay, yeah, I said it. Yeah, it's not all about you. So let me explain. The reason I say this tip is because in general, one of the main frustrations and pet peeves that people have is that when you are in a park with that many people, it's amazing how people don't seem to be aware that they are not the only person there, and that they are not the only person who has saved all year for this vacation. They are not the only person who it's their first time visiting. They are not the only person who it's their birthday. Like, you're not the only one. And so it's important to be conscious of people around you. And I understand, like, you're a human. You can make mistakes. You can have bad days. But just generally go and understand, like, it's good to be careful and conscious of everybody around you and be considerate of other people. And also, it can come down to your group. Again, I have traveled to Disney with large groups before, and so if you have a group of, like, maybe there's even 2 of you, there's 4 of you, it's important to make sure that you are doing things that everybody wants to do. And I understand you have your super long to-do list that you have to get to, but at the end of the day, I think that the best way to make sure that everybody has a good time is make sure that you are doing something that everybody in the group wants to do. So I recommend is that you kind of probably get a list of, like, at least one thing. Like, what is the one thing that each person in your party wants to do that day? Make sure that you do all those things and then figure it out from there what you're gonna do. Just to make sure that everyone gets to do what they want, and then, you know, there should hopefully be time for you to do something else. But again, it's important to make sure that you're checking with everybody in the group, because it's not always just about you having a great vacation. It's about everybody in the group having a great vacation. I could go on and on about these tips for you guys, but I'm telling you right now that the secret to having a great Disney vacation is when you decide, I'm gonna have an awesome Disney vacation. Like, that is up to you, and that is making the best of bad situations. There is no doubt that during your vacation, things are not going to go as planned. Like, the weather is not gonna cooperate, rides are gonna close. Rides can close because of weather. Rides can go down because of technical difficulties. You can deal with annoying people. You can deal with, you know, family members not in the best mood. You can deal with all types of situations. So it is up to you to roll with the punches, as I say, and just be flexible and say, okay, this isn't what we wanted to do, but we're gonna go try something else. Because the nice thing about Disney is that you have options. So when one door closes, 12 more open. And just having a positive attitude, being open to trying new things, or just, I don't know, doing things not the original way that you wanted to. And honestly, serendipity is my favorite word. Serendipity, what a great word, which is basically when something great happens when you didn't expect it. And I think Disney is like one of those really serendipitous places where you expected to have a good time, but you went to go do something. Like, one time I rode the Astro Orbiter, and I didn't really have high expectations for it, and I loved that ride. That was great. And it was such like this serendipitous moment. I suggest you embrace the serendipity of Disney and be flexible, roll with the punches, and make the best of it. My final tip for you guys, my number 1 tip for having the best Disney vacation ever. Yes, I mean, that is what it is all about, in my opinion. Disney does something that a lot of other places don't, and that is that it brings out the inner child for everybody. It's appealing to all ages and all walks of life and all kinds of different people. Like, it is just magical. It really is. And so I would say if you truly want to have a great Disney vacation, is that you are going to go into it with a carefree, kid-like spirit and enjoy it and believe in magic and believe in miracles. I don't know. I'm getting really cheesy and like sunshine and rainbows over here. But seriously, that is the magic of Disney, is when you get to feel like a kid again. It's not really like a maturity level, like please don't act like a child and please. But more what I'm talking about is like the carefree aspect of it, is that I hope you guys can get away from your troubles and get away from, you know, like that is what I think a Disney vacation can do for you, is that it can just be a time where you get to go somewhere with your family and just be together and have a great time. In general, just be a kid and laugh and play and wear those Mickey ears, because you know what? Maybe adult you is like, wow, I look ridiculous, but kid you is like, yeah, these Mickey ears look awesome and I feel super cool. And you can do that at Disney World. No one will judge you because you get to be a kid and play dress up, and yeah, and it's just great. So anyway, I believe that is everything that I have for you guys. If you have any tips that you feel like I missed, what tips do you guys have to have the best Disney vacation that you think I should have included? Leave those in the comments. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Always remember, keep owning your magic. Thanks for watching. Bye, guys. Hey there, thank you so much for stopping by my channel. Make sure if you guys like this video, go and give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to get more videos about the Disney College Program, Disney content in general, go and hit that subscribe button. And just so you know, I post videos every single Wednesday and Friday, plus some fun surprises along the way, including monthly giveaways. So seriously, guys, you are not going to want to miss this, like, obviously. And also, don't forget to leave comments. Just let me know what you're thinking. Say hey. I love getting your comments. So yeah, that's it. Yeah. Bye. Bye. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye now. My cheeks hurt. Is it over?